Joe Flash 6.7 here, and before I get into this next episode of My Little Pony Meets the WWE, episode 4, well, I have to briefly apologize for not making videos for like about 4 days and that stuff. Why have I not made videos for 4 days? Well, because, after when I made that video on Thursday where it was so long to Red Oak Middle School, well, I just decided to, get into business, start doing summer vacation. Summer's actually already begun. Summer already began on pretty much, I guess you could say Saturday after when we got out of school early on Friday. My last goodbye to the school, I got to see a 6th grade center and I did all that. And I've been pretty busy in that stuff, and lucky for me, I was able to go to Family Video. I have one of the games in there with Super Mario Galaxy 2. And yeah, all that. And basically, yes, like usual, I've been having a hard time trying to decide which superstar I want the ponies to meet next in another episode. I decided, well, since my last episode where I got them to meet the Shield, I was saying, hey, how about this time, how about we get to have the ponies in individual episodes, where in the next 3 episodes, they'll meet the 3 members of the Shields, but only to interview them as individuals, like, they'll get to know about them being themselves, but without being part of the Shield, pretty much the main 7 are going to interview the Shield, all 3 members of the Shield, but not talking about them as the team of the Shield. Well, they'll bring up a little bit of information about it, but it's mostly going to be about their single selves, about them being individuals and all that stuff. And which member of the Shield did I choose for it? Well, I was thinking to myself, since I'm really starting to get used to this guy, how about the founder member of the Shield, the destroyer of the Shield, and how about the man who became the first NXT champion, the man who became the first man to cash in Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, and the first man to hold the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and the United States Championship? He is known as the Architect of the Shield, former member of the Authority, former member of the Shield, the Future, as he's called now, who is going to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, today's episode, the main 7 is going to meet none other than Seth Rollins. So I'm going to go out on ahead and get to my intro, and then I'll begin the episode. So I hope you'll enjoy the next episode. Previously on My Little Pony Meets the WWE. Last time on episode 3, the main 7 got to meet the Shield, and now they're gonna start interviewing each and every member of the Shield, Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns, but only as individuals. But which member of the Shield are they going to interview today? Well, today it's going to be the man who is the destroyer and former member of the Shield, the man who became the first ever NXT champion, the first man to cash in Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, the first man to hold the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and the United States Championship, the Architect of the Shield, former member of the Authority, and he is now known as the Future. You know who that is? That's right, he's the man who redesigns, rebuilds, and reclaims. Ladies and gentlemen, today's episode, the main 7 are going to meet none other than Seth Rollins. So, you're Seth Rollins, right? I barely remember meeting you last time with your other Shield buddies, Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. I have to say, I do at least like the blonde you got on the side of your hair. It makes you look pretty cool. I kind of like it a little bit. I mean, especially what you're wearing today, wearing white. Does kind of make you look pretty swell, I guess. Oh boy, you look so good at him. I feel like I just want to jump up and say, yay, yay, yay! Yeah, too bad you're not as awesome as me. Rainbow Dash? Sorry. It just all depends, because, I'm the most awesomest pony around in Ponyville, but hey, well, maybe I should say, maybe you are as awesome as me, considering since you got almost multicolored hair like me, only though you have a little blonde on the side, but hey, you're awesome! I'm sorry, what? What's his name again? My name is Seth Rollins. I am the Future. I was once known as the Architect. I was the founder and destroyer and former member of the Shield, former member of the Authority, and now the Future is now as I design, reclaim, and rebuild. As I'm gonna do what's right for business. I'm on my own way. Okay then, Seth. I hope you wouldn't mind telling us a story about your life. I mean, not about you being with the Shield, but I mean, what was your wrestling career like as you were an individual? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Well, you see, I once started out from FCW. That's where I made my debut in WWE as I first became Seth Rollins. I did everything like that. I proved my instincts on being in wrestling. I won my very first debut match, which was in NXT, and I did all that. But as I did come to NXT, of course I did win, like I said. As it all went down, I did make history. As sooner or later, when the NXT Championship came in, I became the first man to hold the NXT Championship. As I went down in history, how did I become the first ever NXT Champion? Well, good to know, because I defeated Jinder Mahal that night. Everybody was pretty much over by the arena, and Triple H was wisely proud of me as he raised my hand. And that was before I joined him and joined the Authority. As I went down a little later on, sooner or later CM Punk and Antonio Cesaro would come to NXT, and I'd be able to team up with the WWE Champion CM Punk, as he was then, to take on Antonio Cesaro, but I forgot who the other guy was I fought with them. And then as it went down in 2012, me and Ambrose and Reigns, we all debuted and became the Shield, as we attacked Ryback and cost him the WWE Championship. And as we did, we were heel turned, so we were evil then, as we attacked everyone that came across our path. Until a little bit later on in 2014, we finally face turned as we turned on the Director of Operations, Kane. We triple powerbomb him, and then we did our own business. We had our own brand of justice. Until a little bit later, after when we defeated the Evolution, Triple H, Randy Orton, and Batista at Extreme Rules and then Payback, well, somehow Triple H was able to get to me, and I winded up having to turn on the Shield. I turned on Ambrose and Reigns as I destroyed him with a steel chair. And then I became a founded member of the Authority. But until one night, Ambrose would come back for revenge, as one night I was taking on Dolph Ziggler as I was still wearing my Shield outfit then. He would come to seek for revenge that night. Roman Reigns would have better business on his own. As I did, I finally got myself a new outfit, which I wore these pants. But they were black, though. So it was different. And all that stuff, and even I had J&J security at ringside with me, which is none other than Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble. It's crazy, ain't it? As I did, sooner or later I come to win the Money in the Bank contract in 2014 and became Mr. Money in the Bank. Sooner or later I cashed in it at WrestleMania and became the first man to ever do so, and I won the WWE World Championship. I retained it for almost a year. Later on I even defeated John Cena at SummerSlam, well thanks to the help of Jon Stewart. Defeated him, and I became the first man to hold the United States title and the WWE World Heavyweight title. Until Cena would reclaim back his United States title at Night of Champions, and I was able to successfully retain the WWE World title against Sting that night. But sooner or later, I was forced to relinquish the WWE World title around after Hell in a Cell when I fought Kane in a tables match or something. As I tried to lure him down, as I tried to flip over him to try to powerbomb him through the table, my ankle snapped, and it was a serious injury. I was really, really hurt. After I powerbombed him, I thought Kane would be out, but he still kicked out, and the match was forced to be stopped due to my injury as my ankle snapped, so I had to get escorted out of the building, and I was sent to the emergency room, and I lasted for almost nearly months in there. But it wasn't over yet, until before then, in 2015, before I went back to the hospital again, I was able to make it for the Slammy Awards. I won the 2015 Slammy Award of being the best superstar. As I was still injured then, I had to wear crutches to make it, so that way I'd be able to win my Slammy Award. And then I left again, of course, just to recover, as I did. Sooner or later then, I was at WrestleMania last year in 2016 to watch the match between Roman Reigns and Triple H, as I saw my old Shield buddy Reigns make history. Sooner or later, at Extreme Rules, I returned and I destroyed Reigns by pedigreeing him, and then on Raw I'd explain my actions and I did all that. And then I would reclaim what was rightfully mine as I won back the WWE title at Money in the Bank, but until Dean Ambrose, who won the Money in the Bank contract that night, would cash it in on me, and I and win his very first WWE World Heavyweight title. And that was not all. I even failed to win it back at Battleground 2, which was a triple threat match with all 3 former members of the Shield. Me and Reigns were on Raw, and Ambrose was the only one on SmackDown, in which he able to did it. But it still wasn't over yet, as I tried to become the first Universal Champion at SummerSlam last year against Finn Balor, the Demon King. I still failed. But that ain't gonna let anything like that stop me. A little bit later on, soon in a fatal 4-way match for that title on Raw, Triple H would finally turn his back on me because of my leg injury. He pedigreed me, and Kevin Owens would be the one to be the new Universal Champion. As I sought to get revenge on Triple H, I called him out on NXT TakeOver in 2017, and all that. And sooner or later, I get revenge on him as I defeated him at WrestleMania this year. And soon I still been having to be the great superstar of all time. Had a lot of different signatures, a lot of different finishers as well. One of my signatures is why I do the turnbuckle toss. As you see, I've been tossing my opponents into the turnbuckle. I also had plenty of finishers. My original finisher from NXT was where I did the straight kick, where I kicked them in the gut and then I kick them in the face. Then my next finisher was the curve stomp, which I've been using when I was part of the Shield and since 2015, throughout half of 2015. Sooner or later at Payback, I would begin my new finisher as I used the pedigree, which was Triple H's finisher. But then sooner or later I got banned from that too, and then later on I debuted my new finisher, which doesn't have a name, but it was a knee to the face. So I grabbed it on its arm and I kneed him in the face. There have been states on Wikipedia and all that stuff deciding on what my new finisher is going to be called, but until then, it doesn't have a name yet. But sooner or later, I will get a name for it. And there you have it. And just about 14 minutes earlier or something, I was beaten by Roman Reigns. If you haven't checked out the WWE Network yet, I fought my former brother Roman Reigns. But at Extreme Rules, though, I'm going to be part of a fatal 5-way match. Myself, me, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, and Bray Wyatt will all be in a fatal 5-way match at Extreme Rules to determine who will face Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. If you all wonder, Lesnar defeated Goldberg at WrestleMania to win the Universal title, and which would kind of cause him to leave as well. A little bit later on Raw, he would say goodbye. Lesnar became Universal Champion, and now me, Reigns, Joe, Wyatt, and Balor, which one of us are going to determine who's going to face him for that title. I don't know who, but I'm going to be at my very best to at least get an opportunity to win back that title. Well, I never won the Universal title, but at least to be the next Universal Champion, I should say. And that's my story, you guys. And pretty much this outfit I'm wearing too. This is the outfit I wore at SummerSlam 2015 and Night of Champions 2015. This is my gear right here. Dressing up in white and all that. And that's my story, ponies. There you have it, the story of Seth Rollins. Wow, you must have had a really quite good WWE career. I bet I'd be lucky to have a career like that. Me too. Well, I don't really think so, because usually wrestling's kind of bad, but I do it for, well, for healthcare kids, That was a little bit funny, but hey, you still had a pretty good story, Rollins. It was awesome! I can at least tell one thing for sure. You're still as beautiful as I am. That's some quite nice hair of yours. Rarity! Oh, excuse me. Sorry. My apologies, Rollins. You're all good here, Rarity. But anyway, one more thing real fast. There's still one more thing that people are really still concerned about. Well, everybody's still been asking about that. And I got an interview, but mainly the most question that people would probably still ask is, who is Seth Rollins? Well, I told you the story and all, but people still ask about who I really am and all that stuff. But like I said, who am I? I am Seth Rollins. I'm the man who's gonna hope to maybe someday become the next Universal Champion. And I'm gonna hope so if I win that fatal 5-way match at Extreme Rules and become the number 1 contender. Hope you guys wish me luck on that night. We will, 'cause you're the man. Yeehaw! Well, Seth, it was really nice getting to meet you. We gotta go talk to some other superstars now. I think we're about to go talk to your two former Shield buddies, Ambrose and Reigns. But anyway, we'll catch you later. See you, Seth. Bye, Seth. See you, Main 7. Hope to catch you again sometime. And that's going to be the end of this episode, ladies and gentlemen. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you have a game you want me to make a gameplay of, suggest on which episode I should make next for the My Little Pony Meets WWE series. Or if you have a challenge you want me to do, or maybe something, maybe special or something like that, just leave it in the comments or send me a request and I'll see what I can do about it. Until then, this is Joe Flash signing out, and thank you for joining in this episode. And until next time, on another episode of My Little Pony Meets WWE, this is Joe Flash signing out. And hope to maybe someday tune in for the next episode when it comes out. See you later.